course, the governor signing a handful of new laws aimed at limiting when and how employers can require employees to get vaccinated against COVID.
And while it's been called a vaccine mandate ban, as CBS 12's Danielle DeRoss explains, it's not quite that simple. She joins us live to explain. Danielle?
Yeah, Jim and Liz, these new state laws do not prevent employers from requiring vaccinations, but they do go pretty far in protecting the jobs of those who do not want to get the shots. They also opened up a whole new set of questions for both employers and employees, so we went looking for answers.
No nurse, no firefighter, no police officer, no trucker, no anybody should lose their job because of these COVID jabs.
Florida now has new laws on the books to give workers options if their employer requires them to get vaccinated. It's been celebrated as a ban on vaccine mandates, but labor attorney Michael Elkins says that's not exactly right.
The law does stop short of a ban.
Instead, these laws carve out exemptions for pregnancy, regular testing, PPP use, even prior COVID infection.
These exemptions are fairly robust. Right? It's probably not going to be difficult for employees, if they don't want to get vaccinated, subject to a mandate, to get out of those mandates.
The rules for public employers are different. The law now prohibits any Florida government entity from requiring vaccines for workers, period. We asked what it means for the Palm Beach County Tax Collector's Office, one of the first public agencies to require vaccines.
That vaccine mandate now would be null and void.
And while these new rules conflict with the Biden administration's vaccine mandate for businesses with more than 100 employees, Elkins points out that policy is tied up in court. But if it survives those legal challenges, what then with this state law?
Great. I mean, that's the $1 million question, right? So there'll be a lot of lawyers like me in Florida trying to figure out if the concept of something called federal preemption applies here. Does that apply? How's that going to work? Part of what Florida is trying to do is sort of get away from OSHA, because we don't have our own workplace safety regulations. So we're part of OSHA. Other states, though, are not. So that's going to be an issue. So we're going to have to see.
One more note, if you want to fight a vaccine mandate at your workplace, these new laws do not allow you to sue the employer, but what you can do is file a complaint with the state. Businesses that are found out of compliance with the new laws could face up to $50,000 per violation, or they can give an employee the exemption that they're looking for.
Palm Beach County Schools announcing that it will start next school year as early as legally possible. The district did the same thing last year. CBS 12's Andrew Lofholm is live outside the district headquarters to explain why it's being done again.
To figure out when school starts, the school board back times. When can they end the semester so students can finish their testing before they break for the holidays? It's something the teachers union prioritizes to maximize performance. Plus, students wouldn't have to study during the break. Erica Whitfield is a board member.
I would like to also start later, but we can only fit so many days in between the start date of school and the winter holidays.
While all board members admit there is no perfect calendar, all but one voted to approve it. Karen Brill, the lone no vote. She tells CBS 12 News this calendar doesn't jive with the rest of the country, creating conflicts for teachers who work summer camps, often out of state. She's okay with students testing after winter break, and she would like to see Veterans Day a holiday every year. During election years, they make Election Day a holiday instead of Veterans Day.
We had an opportunity to change the start date, to change what we're doing. And every year we go back to the table saying we're going to change something, and we do the same thing over and over again. And if we go back and do the same thing over and over again, how do we ever expect that there's going to be a different outcome?
When the bell rang on Palm Beach campuses today, it started the Thanksgiving break, a unique bit of scheduling that the district uses to recruit teachers.
After we did it, Broward did it too, because we were taking their teachers. It was very exciting. I'm always competitive, and I want to win.
Nancy Kavanaugh's triplets are freshmen at West Boca High. She's fine with the August 10th start date, but would prefer the holiday break start sooner.
In the past, they had the whole week of Christmas off, and now they're starting it this year and next year on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So I definitely do not like that, and I know a lot of other parents don't like that either.
That was our Andrew Lofholm reporting. Now, school is out for summer on May the 26th. Right now, the district goes year to year when scheduling the next school year, but they are talking about possibly planning multiple school years at a time.
Fate may once again be spinning a tennis story into a legend. A tale of two young sisters on a tennis court in Florida with coach Rick Macy.
I'm Bella, and I want to be Venus.
Venus and her younger sister Serena. #1 rankings, 30 Grand Slam singles titles between them, and 30 years ago, a meeting with Macy that would change the history of sports.
It was in May, and I get a call out of nowhere from Richard Williams.
A cross-country trip to California he'll never forget.
I jumped on a plane, and a couple weeks later, I went to Compton, met the girls that evening. They came to the hotel. It was like yesterday, even though it was 30 years ago. Venus was on one leg, and Serena was on the other leg. And
Macy wanted to see their game.
we get out of the van, and the people there already knew of Venus and Serena and Richard. And how ironic is this? They said, "Hey, King Richard." And then they go, "Hey, VW," which was Venus. And then, "Hey, Jamaica," because Serena's middle name is Serena Jamaica Williams. We walked across the basketball court. It parted like the Red Sea.
And at the time, he's coaching Jennifer Capriati.
So all I saw initially was arms, legs, hair, and beads flying everywhere. It was amazing because I didn't think they were anything special. Maybe 50, 60 in the country. All right, but it's a great lesson for any parent or coach or even Rick Macy. You know, you don't judge a book by its cover. All right, it's what's under the hood. And right then and there, after about 5 minutes, the whole landscape changed. I never saw two kids in my life run that hard and try that hard to the point they almost fell down. There was something inside these two little girls that I never seen. And I asked Richard, I said, how big they're gonna be, how strong? He told me. I said, listen, let me tell you right now, you got the next female Michael Jordan on your hand. And I was talking about Venus, and he put his arm around me and he goes, no, brother, man. I got the next two.
Venus and Serena would move to Florida to train with Macy.
But I knew I had something that the world has never seen. Big, strong, fast, quick, and they'd go for the jugular.
Their story is coming to the big screen in a movie called King Richard. Will Smith portrays their father.
At the end of the day, Richard Williams, he was my best friend. And Venus and Serena, we're all family.
Family in a tale that began on a tennis court with two young sisters swinging for the stars, just like today.
When you play tennis, how do you feel?
I feel like I'm in space, like I feel I'm floating, but I feel amazing.
I thought they could transcend the sport, which they did.